Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we are back with normal sound and our normal studio and a really quirky and interesting deck. So we're going to be playing some Grixis Reanimator because, well, one, I haven't really done that this season of any type, I don't think. And two, there's a bunch of new cards that I want to play with for the first time here on the channel. So you get to watch me bumble through some things while also maybe learning something. And then along the way, maybe we make some big creatures and crush the opponents. But regardless, let's go take a look at what Grixis Reanimator looks like in the current standard meta. If you want to support the channel, remember to check out shop.ultrapro.com/PowrDragn and use promo code PowrDragn. You'll save 5% on everything you order over there at UltraPro, and that includes all the new sweet stuff from their Lemon Yellow collection this month. All right, don't forget, if you haven't, please join the channel. Check that out down below. But let's get into this deck list. It's actually pretty sweet. So we're starting with 3 Bloodchief's Thirst, mostly because I just wanted a cheap removal card here, and Bloodchief's Thirst fits the bill, and it's pretty versatile. Even though it can be slow being sorcery, I think it's fine. Tainted Indulgence. This is the first time I've played with this card in this deck list, so this, or on the channel, so this is actually pretty sweet. And this is cool because it lets you draw 2 cards, and then you discard a card unless you have 5 or more different mana costs in the graveyard. The good thing about this is early in the game, we actually want to discard cards, so we can fill up the graveyard with those big creatures so we can get them out cheaply. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. This makes us mana, which is good. It puts stuff in the graveyard, which is good, and then occasionally gets to copy some things for some silliness, which is also pretty fantastic. So we like all the parts of this in here, mostly because it can let us discard 2 cards and draw 2, which we like. Prismari Command, again, another one that lets us draw 2, discard 2, so it fits the bill, but it does have the flexibility of also being a removal. It can hit stuff for 2, or it can generate treasure, which we also like, so we can just hardcast things, and if we really have to just destroy an artifact, we could do that too. Now, Corpse Explosion is another card I'm playing with for the first time, and if there were going to be a deck for it, it's this one, right? So we can put a bunch of these creatures into the graveyard, hopefully just remove one that has like 5, 6, 7 power, and then just wipe out the board. We'll see if that's good enough for the removal. Maybe we need a 4th one, but we'll see. Now, to also supplement that, we are playing 1 Maestro's Charm. And truthfully, this is a like pseudo same thing. Like, look at the top 5, put 1 in your hand, put the rest in your graveyard. It's another way to get stuff there. But it does drain your opponent for 3, so it can buy you some life. Or it can just shoot something for 5, which is also good. So, pretty flexible for what we need out of this deck. Big score. You get to discard 1, again, put something in the graveyard, draw 2, generate 2 treasure, which is honestly sometimes going to be the biggest part of this to allow us to just cast stuff if we're hard up without a reanimation spell. Speaking of reanimator spells, we actually have 4 Graveyard Shift. This is great because we get to play it at instant speed if we have 5 different casting costs in the graveyard. Now, because we have so many big creatures, we do get to fill out those casting costs pretty well. So you're talking about Bloodchief's Thirst is 1, Tainted Indulgence is 2, Fable, Prismari Command, Corpse Explosion are 3, Maestro technically, but we only have 1, and then we have Big Score at 4, then we have our reanimation spells at 5, and then we have a bunch of stuff at 6 and 7. So we do have a lot of ways to get to 5. I expect that'll happen fairly reasonably. Then we also have Return Upon the Tide. This is nice because if you don't have anything to do on turn 2, you can just foretell it. Then on turn 3, find a way to get something into the graveyard. And then turn 4, you can actually just start reanimating things, which is actually pretty sweet. So we'll see how often it happens like that. I don't expect it to happen often, but probably often enough that it's still worth it. Now, you're probably wondering, like, could we just have more reanimation spells? Possibly, but there's also the thing that between, like, Prismari Command, Big Score, and Fable, we can generate enough treasure that we can just start casting them sometimes and just sit on our reanimation spells. Because you'd like to have those after your opponent's dealt with things or use resources to kill it, and then get it back and make it hard for them to deal with. So, I think 7's probably going to be enough for us. Then we have 1 All-Seeing Arbiter. This is another one that's new for me to play. Actually, really, I haven't really played a deck with Graveyard Shift either. So, yeah, lots of new cards in this deck for me. So, All-Seeing Arbiter is really sweet. This comes into play. You draw 2, then discard a card, so you come out +1. But again, it's a way to fill the graveyard. But anytime you discard a card, target creature an opponent controls gets -X, -0. Where X is the number of different values of stuff in the graveyard. So again, we're already trying to do the multiple value of things in the graveyard thing. But we also have a lot of cards that can let us discard, right? Fable of Mirror Breaker, Tainted Indulgence, Prismari Command, Big Score, and the Arbiter itself. So that's a lot of options. So Arbiter could shut down a couple of things in a turn to buy you those critical extra 1 or 2 turns that you need. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about how to use this. Then Curry. The reason I like this card in here is just the Ward 3 is awesome, right? It's so hard to kill. But then even after your opponent takes the whole turn, you know, because they're probably tapping out to kill this or whatever, and it's worse if they have to kill it with 2 things, then you get to mill 6 cards and return 2 instants or sorceries. And you know what we're normally going to be returning? Reanimation spells. So even if they spend a lot of effort to kill it, or you block and kill their best thing or whatever, there's a realistic chance you're going to be like, okay, we can get back, like, I don't know, maybe big score to hunt for something and a graveyard shift or a return upon the tide. So you just make life really, really annoying for your opponents with this card. Burning Rune Demon, we like a bunch as well on this list for 2 reasons. One, it can get another creature. The other reason, it can get a reanimation spell. But depending on what our mana situation looks like, we can also get either one, right? We can get another big body, or we can just say, all right, let's get 2 big bodies, and then we can just go ahead and cast one of them, wait for a reanimation spell for the other. There's also going to be some situations where maybe you get a Corpse Explosion and like a Tox Roll, right? So if Tox Roll gets to come out, then your opponent's going to have a bunch of stuff get minuses, and maybe you get cards. Or they give you the Corpse Explosion, then you just remove the Tox Roll you put in the yard or whatever, possibly. Though if you do that, you'll kill your own demon, so maybe you're trying to get rid of something else. Which, by the way, that is one of the biggest reasons it's important to have different casting costs or different power and toughness in the deck, because if you have something like Arbiter in the yard and you use that with Corpse Explosion, it's only going to deal 5, and that'll leave something like your Burning Rune to survive and still do battle afterwards. So having those different power and toughness in the deck actually does matter. It doesn't seem like it, like you want to go with all the biggest things possible, but you do need a little bit of flexibility, honestly. We have one Olivia Crimson Bride. I like this as a surprise attack that you can put this in, get something out of the yard, especially if you're able to like get something like a Burning Rune Demon. So then now you get the Olivia for 3 power, you get Burning Rune for 6 power, so that's 9, plus you get the extra value of getting access to 2 more cards because of the Burning Rune Demon. So that's a really good pickup to have there. Then Jin-Gitaxias, Progress Tyrant. The thing I like about Jin-Gitaxias is usually against like the mid-rangey type decks, the control decks, like it becomes a real problem for them. Because then everything just gets stopped, so they have to have 2 of them. The other thing to remember while it's in play, you actually get double your effects. So if you wanted to double up a Prismari command or double up a Big Sword, or even just reanimate 2 things, you can do that as well. So Jin-Gitaxias really can be a problem for your opponent, even if the negation effect doesn't really stop them. You get the option of doing multiple things, especially if you have Graveyard Shift and can do it at instant speed. That's actually pretty powerful. Then we have 2 Tox Roll. This is the one big creature I'm playing 2 of because we would like to hit this more often against creature decks. It's just really, really strong. So, we're going to go with it, see what happens. I don't know if it's worth it to keep the 2, but I think it is. Then, of course, because we're going to go big, we might as well go all the way big and play Titan of Industry. It's just too flexible. I mean, the life gain is good late. Getting another body is good. Being able to remove an artifact or enchantment is good. So, like, we like everything about this. And then just because we can, we're playing the right colors. Let's go ahead and play Lord Xander. When it comes into play, your opponent loses half their hand. All these are rounded down. Whenever he attacks, they lose half their library, rounded down. And then whenever he dies, they sacrifice half the things they have in play, non-lands, rounded down. So, like everything this does, and it's just a general nuisance for your opponent, which I love when you're going to be doing stuff like this. It's probably, I'll admit, maybe one of the weaker cards here, but it's not too bad. Like, if you get to where you've wiped the board and there's nothing else, then Xander can at least eliminate enough of their cards over 2 attacks, leave them with, 8 or 10 cards left in the library, and then maybe if they have something, cool, but they're going to have to work a lot harder to beat you at that point. Then we have Hall of the Storm Giants, an Island, Hive of the Eye Tyrant, Swamp, Takenuma, Mountain, 4 Clearwater Pathway, 3 Shipwreck Marsh, 1 Riverglide Pathway, 1 Stormcarved Coast, 4 Blightstep Pathway, a Haunted Ridge, and 4 Xander's Lounge. And that's it. So yeah, if you're wanting to play some Reanimator, enjoy yourselves, strap yourself in. We're going to have some fun games. And as always, if you watch a couple of games and then get to the end of the video, we always talk about what we liked, what we didn't like, if we would change anything about the deck. All of that will happen on the back end of the video. So be sure to check that out before you get out of here. But for now, we'll catch you on the other side. I guess we kind of have to keep this, right? Because, like, we can Prismari command, then I guess we'll go ahead and play this on 1. Okay, well, that didn't change much, really. So, Oh, that's not bad. Okay, sure. We'll just pass, I guess. When we got a removal card and a way to put stuff into the yard, so, like, I mean, you know, maybe. Ooh, and discard a card unless we have 5 more, so we definitely discard. Probably with what we're up against, maybe Jin-Gitaxias? Though, to be honest, that means they're probably playing, what you call binding. So it's probably not the best thing. We might want to just put this in the yard and try to get this. This has ward at least, which is going to be harder for them to deal with. Even though I could just be overthinking the whole thing, being 100% honest. So there's that. Gonna put this so we have double blue since we already have so many black sources. And I think we just pass here. Yeah, I think that's pretty solid. Because then we just try to big score. Ditching one of these other big monsters. Oh, so they're just... Well, one, they did have binding, so that's awesome. But they're actually just playing it for the sake of playing it at this point. So they're trying to race to mana for some reason. Let's go ahead with Jin-Gitaxias, I guess. Alright. What do we have in the yard? Just 4 different casting costs. Okay. Obviously, these tell us this as well. Thinking. Do we just want to get a thing out and just put the opponent to the test? I guess we do. Let's start and see what happens. I say it costs you 3 more to kill it. So if you got it, you got it. If not, we're just going to attack for 6 with haymakers here. Now, admittedly, they might just have like... Oh, well, not that. I was thinking possibly you have something else. This deals damage to each creature and planeswalker. So if we put something in the yard, we could exile a thing, which could maybe be Jin-Gitaxias. Oh, you're just going to get rid of my treasure. That's annoying. Alright, sure. Okay. Do we just go after Kaya? Or do we... that would just deal too much. That would deal 7. Can't do that. Okay. Oh, it's just Excel card's power. No, even then, though, it's still deal 5. You know what? Let's do this. I'm going to deal 2 to Kaya. I'm going to create a treasure.
Well, this job.
And then we're just going to attack. And then now we have multiple different casting costs in the yard, so we can instant speed, put something back into play. Kiari's probably going to die here, though. That's a problem. Huh. Let me... I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. We can do this whenever. Oh, that does not help. Actually, hold up. Maybe. I mean, we would deal 5 and kill our own thing here. But when this dies, we mill 6, return 2 instants or sorcery cards from graveyard to our hand. Or we can turn any number of target non-land permanents with total mana 6 or less from the graveyard. Okay, so here's the thing. We could... we don't have enough mana for that. I was thinking we could do that, but right now the most we could do would be 5, and then we'd have to shoot them. Actually, we do have enough for that. Well, is that the plan we're looking for? And then we just return... Graveyard Shift, and... Because this is a sorcery, so whatever we do, we'd have to do now. Alright, let's attack for 5. Kind of sucks. Not the way I really want to go about this, but I think it's the correct thing. Opponent's kind of doing the same thing we're doing, it seems like. So, well, it's not great for us. It's mostly fine. I was trying to think if there's any way we could do this and then still leave mana up for a graveyard shift, but we don't have enough. It's 2, 4, 6, 7. We need 8. And I don't have a way to produce that unless we... Yeah, it's just not going to do it. Alright, is what it is. Sure. Return... 2 things. I probably should have shot it first so they wouldn't have got the card here. I guess it wouldn't matter because Kari's still going to die. That's fine. Tis what it is. And then we'll just draw 2, discard 2. I think. We have so many reanimation spells in hand that feels kind of silly. And we're about to return some as well, so sure. And we can just return 2 graveyard shifts. We didn't put anything else in the yard, which was really unfortunate. I mean, do we take a Blood Chief's Thirst here, though, actually? To get rid of whatever the next thing is they play? And then we just get another graveyard shift? In the turn, I suppose. Oh, that's gonna suck. Yep. Wasn't even thinking about them playing that. Well, when they hit a Titan, we're going to be wrecked. Unless we can find a Titan. Nope. You know what, though? We could tuck a Numa. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would leave us 1, 2, 3. We'd only have 4. That wouldn't help us. Oh, boy. What are our choices here? Do we get another Chiari back? Is that all we really have in the yard? Ooh, boy. That is not good. We could attack for 6, for 7, put the opponent at 2, but I'm not sure that does anything. Man, what are our choices here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, we could Fable and then flash one of these in. Ugh. I mean, I guess that's what we're going to do, but we're not going to like it. Actually, you know what? I'm totally wrong. You know what we're going to do? Yeah, it's fine. It all ends up the same way. This is what we saved the Blood Chief's Thirst for. Just hope they don't hit a Titan that we have to do it. Okay, Shigeki's like the best thing. Honestly. That could have been way worse. Professor Onyx. Oh, they're going to be able to gain life here. Ugh. Okay, is what it is. We ain't doing nothing about it.
Open your books to page 7.
Oh, they're just going to go looking. So they're going to lose a life. Okay.
Study habits.
All right. Then I guess we get a Tox roll. Nah, I think we get a Chiari first. Oh, well, I guess that doesn't really matter, huh? Might as well. Actually, hell, do we even want to hold that? I think we just decline. There's really, like, no real benefit to doing that. We could just Blood Chief's Thirst down this thing, which I think I'm going to do.
Rowdy for my tastes.
And then we'll attack for 6. If I make a treasure, that only leaves us 4 mana. It's not the best thing. I mean, I guess I could have killed something pre-combat, huh? That would have been smarter. Alright, well. That's fine. End the turn. Oh, opponent missed bad on both of those. This is the downside, though. If you're going to play that type of deck, you don't want to be putting those things in there, because they do not amount for much for you. Ren and 7, sure. Well, we're not really worried about that, because we can get rid of a Ren and 7 token. Yep. Sounds good.
trees are mighty.
Wow, even with the opponent doing all the things, I feel like we somehow weathered the storm. Ugh. Alright. How many cards are there? 31? Alright, I'll do this for sport, even though we kind of already know how this ends. I'm just curious what we would have gotten. Nothing much. We just get a Tox roll. Alright. Well, we're going to go ahead and kill this token. And nothing else has reach. And then we're just going to attack. Whew, alright, good one. What do we do with this? I feel like this might just be too... Well, you know what? Let's keep it. Let's just see what happens. Because if this is a creature deck, there's a chance... Okay, well, it's not a creature deck at all. So then our only real shot is to try to reanimate a Jin-Gitaxias. It's pretty much the only... And then we have to hope they don't have, like, I don't know. Like, what's her name? The, Liliana. Sure. Okay, so we're going to try in 2 turns to toss Jin-Gitaxias and Titan of Industry into the graveyard. And then the question is, what do we do after that? Okay. Because Jin-Gitaxias also doesn't stop Planeswalkers, which is annoying, but it is what it is. Do we want a Prismari command now? Because, like, we could draw and discard and make a treasure. Alright. I think I'm going to do that. Draw 2, discard 2, and make a treasure. And we're just going to try to just get value now. Ooh, well, I guess we're not too upset to get rid of at least a land. And another big score. All right, deck. I can take a hint. Sometimes it's just not meant to be. Still looking for a reanimation spell, though. All right, let's just pass. Like, we could actually just discard, like, say, Blightstep here. And then... Oh, but again, they might actually have, like... I think we're setting ourselves up for a bad time. So I feel like they're just going to have binding even after we do all this, and it's going to suck. Oh, Topiary Stomper, alright. Still think they've got binding. Which means Jin-Gitaxias isn't going to do much, because it doesn't stop enchantments. Just instants, artifacts, and sorceries. Shoo, let's do this. Let's discard this. I think. Yeah, that's fine. Mostly because, like, we can straight up cast this. And then if it dies, then we'll just Corpse Explosion, I guess. Not sure really what we're doing after that. You know what? Maybe we just get... This feels like such a bad time. Alright, I'm going to do it, but I already know we're dying to a binding here. I know that's what's going to happen. Like, sometimes you just get that feeling and you know. Maybe my feeling's wrong here. They did hesitate. Alright, Battle Mammoth. Cool, cool. I mean, are we sacrificing Jin-Gitaxias to just get past everything here? That might be our play. What is this about? Alright, I mean, I guess I block one? I mean, they're just trying to play Titans of their own or something here? Alright, we'll see what the hell happens. I mean, if they try to play a spell, they have to play more than one, so whatever. Chiari. Now things change a little bit. Also, if we play a spell, we get 2 copies right now. So that's also very important. So we could do this, discard 1 corpse explosion. Get 2, 4 treasure. Have 5, 6. Just straight up cast carry if we want to. And they would have the ability 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to meat hook. Ugh, that sucks. If they played a land. No, they'd be able to 5 meat hook if they had a land. Well, they'd technically give it. Well, they wouldn't be able to because this has hexproof. Okay, that's a thing, I guess. Let's try that. Okay, don't mind getting the demon here. Oh, that's not bad either. I don't hate any of these things. 4, 5, 6, 7. You know what? Let's go big. Let's use all the treasure. Let's just do it. Opponent's got to discard a card, and then if our thing dies, they lose some stuff. Okay, no attacks. But maybe... Ooh, I'm Nixless. I see what we're doing here. Alright. Now we are at 14. Lucky for us, we don't mind discarding things here, though. I think I'm discarding this. I think I'm gonna discard...
Your punishment is my entertainment.
Definitely gonna hold on to the demon. That's not really a thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I mean, if we do this, let's get rid of all the planeswalkers and whatever. So, do we have a 5 power? Everything else is 6 or bigger, huh? That's in the yard. Well, we could just give up some things if we felt it was necessary. Question is, how likely is it? Actually, no, we get double cast off that. What am I doing? Okay, sure. Forgot, we still have Jin-Gitaxias in play. And another Battle Mammoth, of course. Okay. Well, 'tis what it is. I'll block with Lord Xander. That seems good for us. Because then they have to decide to keep either their creatures or their planeswalkers. Exactly. Like, I'm kind of all right with that. Like, good job, opponent. I'm all about it. So here's a fun thing. We could actually attack with just Jin-Gitaxias. Let Jin die. And then play Corpse Explosion. So let's attack. And we don't want to put Lord Xander at risk here. So this is probably going to look really weird to the opponent that I'm even putting Jin-Gitaxias at risk here like this. Because this is for all permanents. So even if I shoot stuff with Prismari Command, like we don't get any value. Okay, the opponent's aware of what's going down then here. They didn't want that to die. Fair enough. Nothing wrong with that play, opponents. I can respect that. All right, so, This is just permanent, so not them. So what do we want to do here? Gosh, what is the right play? Is Corpse Explosion really the play here? That feels so weird. I mean, it wipes out everything, though. Alright, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to shoot the opponent. And we're going to draw and discard 2, I guess. There's no point in giving them cards right now. That just seems like a really bad idea. I guess I'm going to put Kari in the yard. Alright, both of these can go, I guess. I was thinking of making treasure, but I guess we'll wait. I mean, we could just end up dead here, truthfully. We'll see what happens, though. Resolve. We'll discard this.
Defy me, and you'll lose everything.
Sure. We'll decline. We'll take the damage on that one.
Coin or carnage.
Demon, that's gonna be 10. So now we need to get rid of everything so they don't have a choice of what to do with that. Crap. Well, now we definitely can't discard this. That makes a worse situation. Okay, that's not bad. That helps quite a bit. That's not true. We still have to discard it, right? Yeah, now Lord Xander doesn't really get to do anything. Alright, so here's the problem. We actually have to wipe everything out beforehand by getting rid of probably Burning Rune Demon. Actually, I don't even want to do that. I'll probably just get rid of Kiari. So we can still leave Titan and Demon in to get us more value from this. And then I think we have to just wipe every... Oh, this is going to do... Oh, this wipes out everything anyway. Because we're going to get 2 copies. Alright. So, yep. If we just attack with Lord Xander, we at least mill them for a bunch first. I mean, I guess that's a thing. And then we just wipe out everything else. So, sure... Alright. I mean, not that any of this matters, really, for the grand scheme of things. They're going to sack stuff, and then we're just going to blow a bunch of things up, I guess. I mean, they don't know that, obviously, but this is what we're setting up for. Alright. Well, they kept different things than I thought they were going to keep. Hold on a second. That did not go the way I thought it was going to go. So now do we get Titan and the Burning Rune Demon back? Well, crap. I thought they were going to keep the bigger thing and I was going to have to blow everything up, but that's not a thing anymore, so okay. I feel like we can survive this. It might be lofty thinking, but hey, here we go. We will take the action. And we will take a look at a graveyard shift. And let's go with an Olivia. And the opponent can just choose what we get to have. Alright. Works for me. We're going to gain 5. And I think I'm just going to make a 4/4. Okay. Opponent's going to make a Titan of their own? Nope, no Titan of their own. Okay, they're dead.
Pleasure doing.
Man, if this was even a blue land or a black land, I would consider this. But I think we have to mulligan. That's not a lot better, because these all come into play tap. But we're going to keep it anyway. We're going to keep, and I'm actually going to get rid of a big score. And we're going to bank a lot on being able to put Toxtrol in the yard and hope that it lives. Probably doesn't, so this is probably an awful hand, but hey. If we can get at least one land that comes into play tapped on this turn or next turn, that will really help us out. Come into play untapped, I should say. So we could play the Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and maybe that counts for something. That is not helping our cause any. Actually, these come into play untapped next turn, so I guess that's fine. Doesn't mean we're going to get to do much with our Fable, but, you know. The other problem here is, too, these decks play a lot of very efficient cards, which means we may not get many opportunities to even play the big score without risking it being countered. So we're going to, for multiple things we do this game, we're probably going to have to try to get to where we have like 2 extra mana open. So that if we actually get to resolve big score, the treasure is actually going to matter quite a lot here. The other reality is if we think we could get away with a big score, then do we even discard Toxtrol? Because then we might just have to try to hard cast it. And the reality is, with this deck, like there's fewer things that are going to counter a creature, probably, than counter a spell. Because there's things that like non-creature spells cost you 2 more, stuff like that, that they would be playing. So that's a little tough. Also, the other side of that is, if we played a Reanimator spell and then they just bounce Toxtrol anyway, that could also suck. So, meh. And there's a good chance they are playing those things here. All right, Ledger Shredder. This means we at least have somewhat of an opening temporarily. This is tough, right? Because I feel like if we discard the Toxtrol, we're going to tell them straight up what we're doing. But it might still be correct. Or do we just discard Graveyard Shift? Either way, we're telling them what our hand is. And we're going to try to big score this turn. Damn. And I want to probably discard a land and something. I think it's going to be land and just this. And just hope. Okay. That's not awful, other than the fact we're likely to use our treasure up. We attack, they block. I mean, I guess could have an instant here. And use it. They may not want to put their Ledger Shredder at risk, though. We'll see. Man, I really wish we would have drawn like a Blood Chief Search or something here. Would have been nice. Yeah, I think that's all we can do. I think we have to big score now and then just hope to stick the Toxtrol next turn and it just does what it's supposed to do. I mean, I don't think there's much else going on here. Oh, that's not a bad pickup, though. Oh. Damn, this would lose all of our treasure, but... God, that's so big to hit right now, too. And we'd still have 4, 5, 6. We'd be within Toxtrol range again. God. Alright, I gotta do it. Like, this is one of the few times we're gonna be able to do stuff early. Hopefully don't have a shield counter. We'll see how this ends up, though. We could be playing with fire. Alright, they didn't have it. So the good news here is the opponent at least is going to spend their turn rebuilding. Trying to put some stuff out here, I'm sure. I wonder if I could have waited on that, truthfully. Oh, they just gave up. Okay. Okay, let's mulligan this, because we're doing absolutely nothing with that hand. This is actually a lot better. We'll keep this. Don't even really have creatures in the graveyard. Let's get rid of this. Alright. We'll have to make do. We have 2 pseudo removal cards in hand for early stuff, so we'll see. Ooh, Dureskis has hit a whole lot of things. Probably take Tainted Indulgence, opponent. That's the best thing in our hand right now. Oh, they were like, nope, Blood Chief's Thirst, way scarier. Okay. Actually, you know, to be fair, if they're about to play like Luminarch Gasper in here, that makes sense. Nope, they played that dude. Alright. I thought that was going to be something completely different. But, okay. To each their own, we pass. I mean, I think he's going to get to beat for a few turns, so I get it. Maybe they just didn't have much left in hand. Yeah, we take it. Anything else? Oh, Nadar, alright, so you had some real stuff. That's going to put a real hurt on us, honestly. Like, for real, for real. We're going to be able to get to 4. I mean, get to 3, 4, 5. We may not have time to do anything with this. Alright, I mean, we're going to try still, but we're going to be up against it. Ooh, this is tough, because I kind of, sort of want to play the Fable, but it doesn't really do much. I feel like here, we got to make a treasure, draw 2, discard 2. Yep. Alright, we're just going to pass. We're just digging here for an answer. Probably get our corpse, whatever, and sweep the board is kind of all we can really do. And we only really have like 2 turns, so I don't even think we can get there. Lose 2 unless... Let's just go ahead and just discard this. We're not going to cast that anytime soon. And maybe we get lucky and find a good Reanimator option to do something. Though realistically, they're probably just waiting to Vanishing Verse something. Whoops. Nope. Wait a minute. What am I doing that for? I meant to make treasure. That's what I was wondering what's going on. I chose the wrong things. There we go. Okay, we'll discard this and probably this because these are going nowhere. Ooh, Tox Roll. Do you help us at all? Man. Yeah, we just have to pass. I mean, knowing the opponent's probably leaving up Vanishing Verse, we really don't have much choice here. It's hurtful, but like, what are we gonna do? Yep. Sacrifice. We'll just lose 2. Actually, if we discard that, we're gonna draw 2. Oh, we have to sacrifice the thing. Yeah, decline. We're gonna need everything. So, yep. Wedding announcement. Okay, we at least get a shot here. And we'll get a card for our troubles. Golly, no love. Damn. Ah, boy. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. That would leave us 5. Plus this is 6. Is there anything good we can get? I mean, I guess we try, right? With our luck, we'll get a Titan here, and I'm not going to be able to cast it. Okay. There's at least a reanimation spell, so that's fine. Okay. I don't think we're going to get much off of this, and we're probably still dead. Unfortunately. With what we have in the graveyard. Tox Roll's the best thing, but... I was trying to think if there's anything tricky we could do as like... Alright, we just pass. If they've got Vanishing Verse, we're dead anyway. So yeah. Opponent, just activate your... Actually, if they activated their land, we couldn't win either. Yeah, we're just dead every which way. Yep, this one just didn't go well. Nothing came together for us here. Let's cancel. Let's just let them resolve that. Yepers. I mean, we're doing a whole lot of nothing, so don't think we can win this. Literally, the statistical improbability of them not having Vanishing Verse is so low, I can't imagine how this ends up positive for us. Yep. Oh, that's just the same. Doesn't really matter. We did nothing there. All right, we get to go first. Ugh. You know what? Let's just see if we can get something in the graveyard with our Prismari command. That's what this game's going to be about. We're just going to put a lot of faith in this card digging and finding what we need. And if it doesn't, we die. That's pretty much the game plan here. Sometimes it's just that simple. All right. We can foretell one of these if the opponent doesn't really do much here. Eye Twitch, sure. You have an Eye Twitch, it's fine. I'm not going to worry about that too much. All right, we go to 19. Seems good. Let's play this. And we'll pass. They're probably going to sack that, get a treasure, and get some cards. So that's always the way of the world. Yep. Resolves these. The only good news about this fight is that we do actually have removal cards to deal with, like, planeswalkers and such. Like, if they have a bunch of sweepers and kill spells, we have multiple reanimation things. So it's not, like, that bad. Still going to be a long fight, though. This could end up being a very long, boring game. Like, this is the type of game that sometimes just doesn't get included in my videos because, like, they're so long and drawn out that they eat up so much time. And we've already had one long game in here, one medium-sized game, so we'll see if how long this one takes. All right, Shambling Gas it is. We shoot the opponent, and I don't know if we shoot the opponent. I think we just make a treasure and draw 2, discard 2. Oh boy, that sucks. All right, well, this game's effectively over. Yep, that definitely did not go our way. Yeah, the other Shambling Gases doesn't mean anything to us, really. That, hopefully, will... Oh, I mean, I don't know. I mean, at least gives us treasures so we can just cast something, so that's fine, I guess. We pass. I don't even know what I want to discard. Maybe, all of these are kind of tough. I guess I should discard a land, but I probably should have played the Shipwreck Marsh that turn if I was going to do that, honestly. That's a little bit of a mistake. I mean, hopefully it won't bother us that much. The reanimation spells we're playing only have 1 black in them, so it only is a problem if they play a Planeswalker and want to try to kill it with this. That would kind of suck. But we're going to get rid of this. And draw something meaningful, maybe? Jin-Gitaxias would be kind of nice against this deck, honestly. Titan less so, but still playable, so not the worst thing. Also nice to have that as a backup situation for Titan. But again, we were going to be that land short. If I would have just got rid of this, we'd have been fine. Okay, actually that's not true. We can play this as a backup plan. So let's go ahead and do this. We'll make a treasure. I mean, not treasure. I will put a shield. But they can also just respond and kill it. So we'll put a shield, make a 4/4. Obviously, you can kill the Titan right now. And then we just have to try to get it back next turn. Yep. And then we'll just try to do it again, and again, and again, and again. Obviously, we're not interested in blocking here and breaking our shields, because that's not really enough benefit to us to matter. And then removing our Titan also makes us very sad. So, no blocks. Does that do anything for us? Man, we've had a rough time even finding something to play here. That was kind of the real problem. Alright, I guess we just pass. I mean, we'll try to block a Glutton. Not much else is going on here. Opponent can attack with a creature land and make our life real rough. That's fine. We can accept that. Yep, that happens. And we will pass. Let's go ahead and same thing. Let's go treasure, draw, and discard. Okay, that almost does a thing. How many kill cards do you have, opponents? How many kill cards do you have? Let's get rid of this and this so we can try to reanimate it, I think. And then we'll just take our turn. Alright, do we want to blow up treasure to do what we need to do? Is the next big question. I think so. Because we can do this at instant speed, would allow us to get this back, give us 2 options. They may have a kill spell, but if they're tapping down to attack us, then they don't have it. So that's a good thing. And then we get to block and kill that, and then maybe try to do something the next turn. Alright, let's pass. Let's see if this can get us out of trouble. That's going to make life worse. That doesn't make life quite as bad. Alright. They're going to attack, and then when they target it, we'll go ahead and remove it. Or at least put it into play. Oh, interesting. They're attacking with the Shambling Gas. I guess they figure I'm not going to want to break my shield, so that makes sense. Alright. Take the action. We will, with all of our we have 2 reanimation spells still, right? No, we have 1 left. Oh, that's right, we discarded 1. So we will get Toxrill and Jingataxius. Okay, they gave us Jingataxius. We will block here. Alright. We will get back Jingataxius. That'll kill 3 things. We get 3 cards. However, that's going to leave them with treasure, which means they could meat hook and kill our big things. That's fine. And then we just try to Jingataxius after that, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Let's do it to it. And we just pass. Yep, opponent gives up. Sadly, I think this is a mulligan situation. There we go. This feels a little bit better. We'll keep this. Probably getting rid of the Burning Rune Demon. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Unfortunate, but this should come into play tapped. I mean, we could have tried Tainted Indulgence, but truthfully, I assumed we'd be doing something like this where we're killing a creature, so not too worried about it. We'll kill that. Pass. Alright, well, Fading Hopes mean we're going to have to be very careful on how we spend our cards here. Whew, well. 1, 2, 3, 4. We would have 5, 6. Can almost make use of just casting Lord Xander. I'm probably going to hate myself for this, but sure. I definitely don't love myself for that, I'll tell you that. This token's getting bounced, by the way. Oh, well, Voltage Surge. That's actually better for us, honestly. That they didn't get a bonus scry off of it. As silly as that sounds, but hey, you got to take what you can get. We can use Prismari Command to kill the token and reanimate some things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we kept both lands, we could cast either of those after trying to kill that and make a treasure. That seems somewhat reasonable. I'm going to decline. I'm just going to say, you know what? We're just going to do this the hard way. And just see what the hell happens. Alright. I mean, probably not great for us, because with our luck, there's probably going to be like a... Oh, I was going to say a dragon or something here, but... Shoot that for 2. Create a treasure. I know I'm supposed to draw and discard, but... We're going to try this first. Okay. For some reason, somehow, that worked. What casting cost do we have? 3. Okay. Do we just go for it with Lord Xander here? We could also play it safe and just big score, put Toxrill in the yard. Let's go for it. If they got it, they got it. It's probably some type of soft counter here. Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm okay with that. Like, the opponent doesn't seem to be doing much anyway here, so didn't seem like too big of an issue. Yeah, I mean, I guess we go for it here. Just get Lord Xander back anyway. Oh, wait. I thought I already had this foretold. We did not. All right. Since we're getting low on cards, we don't want to walk into that again. So let's take a second and slow down there. Slow it down. Okay. Well, that's a pain in our rear. Though, we can effectively remove... how do we want to go about this? We could remove Toxrill. Or we could just play Toxrill. Alright. I was going to get Lord Xander, but let's do this instead and see what's up. Who knows? Maybe they have a way to deal with it. Maybe they don't. I have no idea, but I'm sure we'll find out. And we're still at 20 life, so we have a little bit of room to goof around here. We're not terribly worried about like a fight spell or anything like that here. Yep, opponent gave up. Alright, this was actually a lot of fun. I would definitely recommend playing this deck. It was a blast. We had game against pretty much everything, which was pretty cool, because, you know, you always think when you're playing a little bit slower, you won't have a way around stuff. And because of the way we were able to both generate treasure and kind of like cost the opponent actions, like even if they were playing counter spells, we were still able to get around some stuff, which is pretty cool. The only downside is we didn't get to play against as many creature decks as I would have liked to test a few things. But against all the mid-rangey and control stuff, that was actually pretty solid, and I would think those would be more difficult anyway. So it's kind of weird how things worked out the way they did, but hey, I'll take it. So for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Terror of the Peaks. This is such a cool card, and I played so much of this card when it was standard legal, and I really was digging this. And then I started looking at it again recently for Commander and discovered it has climbed back up to be a pretty hefty penny. This thing is like 25 bucks now. So if you thought these were still the old, like, I don't know what they were in standard, like 8-10 bucks, not at all. They have definitely climbed up, and you can get some good change for this, which is pretty good right now, because if you're thinking about trading in and getting store credit to get some of those double masters boosters that are coming, this is maybe a card that could help you do that. Now don't forget, like always, you will be able to get today's deck list down in the description below, and you can always come by, talk about the deck, get deck help, whatever, over in our Discord, or you come join the streams to be part of all the shenanigans. But if you like this type of deck, I'm going to put another weird, goofy, shenanigan-y deck over here so you can enjoy that one too. So that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.